What's good, YouTube? What's up? That sound to my left is I'll show you. It's the sprinklers hitting the tree. Where the tree and the fences. The sprinklers over there. I know it's been a while since I posted a video. And I'm gonna try to make this a short one. And it's currently, I think it's 2:30 in the morning. Yeah, like 2:30 in the morning. I walked the trail. I walked the trail like 2 times. I got here probably like 4 hours ago. But I was sitting in my car and I was doing some writing about things that I've been experiencing as of late. And let me show y'all this too. Check this out. I think someone left this here purposely. Yeah, a guitar. Let me play some notes on it. Let me see. Let me try. I was playing a little earlier for like 10 seconds, but shit. Yeah, there it is. So, I think close to 2 weeks ago, I was at this same park, but during the daytime, which is rare. You know, I rarely come here during the day. I'm a night owl, as y'all know. But I'm gonna walk towards here, and I'm gonna see if what I saw at that time is still there. And what I saw was it was a notebook that someone had left on top of like a branch, and it was wide open, and it had a pen inside too. Just sitting right there, just wide open. So the writer that I am, and I'm striving to be, what did I do? I wrote in it. I doubt it'll still be there right now, but because I did come. Yeah, wait, did I come? I think I came a couple days later during the daytime again, and it was gone. But let's check right now. $2:30 in the morning. I haven't been here this late in a while. I think the last time I was here around this time was when I made the New Year's video. Yeah, January 1st. It's been 6 months. A lot has happened. A lot has changed. Some things have changed within me. Certainly. Someone's playing basketball? Wow. He really about it. Let me turn this light on. So. See me and my me and my shoes. Yeah, so it was right over here. Right on it's on this tree. Right, yeah, it was right up here. Obviously it's not there anymore, but this is where it was. And what I wrote in it, let me sit down right here. I should have took a photo, but I said something along the lines of, it was short, something along the lines of, whatever is not a reflection of you, try not to stress over it so much. Like, is that getting my shadow? No, it's not. Okay. I'm sitting down like an old ass man. Yeah, whatever's not a reflection of you, try not to stress over it so much. And I've been trying to keep that in my mind with whatever I've been dealing with or whoever. But you know, people will, and I promise you, I've been put here to, oh, the sprinklers just turned on. Yeah, good thing I'm not sitting on that bench right there. But I've been put here to, I keep saying this, but not victimize myself, but explain everything as it is. Whatever's happening, I can sense it. All the dynamics, the power dynamics, the psychology behind things, mentality, the psychology, the mentality, etc. I've been sent to either write about it or speak on it. It's a little easier for me to write about it, but it's definitely harder for me to speak on it in certain moments, especially in the moment when I'm dealing with shit. Because sometimes I'm just so dumbfounded, or even like awestruck. Like I'm just, when it comes to projections, for example, last year. Okay. All right. We'll just start it like this. I started talking with someone or getting to know someone, not romantically. Like we were just getting to know each other, right? I brought up a story about how last year at this job I was working, it was at a flower shop around Valentine's. So last year, let me walk back to my car. Last year, there was a coworker of mine who was attracted to me, or had a liking to me, right? And at the time, I was still somewhat talking to someone, right? On and off, in and out. But truth be told, that was my fault. I dealt with, I dealt with and I gave crumbs of attention and affection. And that was because I was still processing certain lies that was being told to me. So I couldn't really fully set back into the relationship like I really wanted to, but I couldn't because I felt disrespected and I felt used. Anyway, so that was going on, but then my coworker, she was a dispatcher, and for the job, it was a delivery job, delivering flowers. So for the job, we had to dispatch his numbers, in case something was going on the route, or questions we had about the route, or if we needed to be transferred to, or if a customer needed to be transferred to the manager. First, I'll talk to the dispatcher, and then, and so on. But, you can't control someone's attraction, like, whether it's to you or someone else. Like, you can't control that. That just happens naturally. And when I come into work, bright and early in the morning, me being myself, like, I'm cool. I greet everyone, good morning, how they doing, this and that. And that's it. That's literally it. I say please and thank you. I guess just like, manners and shit, I don't know. But I guess, I took a liking to that. And plus at that time I wasn't really like working out like my muscles and shit per se, or like toning myself, but I started losing a little more weight, form-fitting clothes. I come in just wearing casual shit as usual, but smelling good, just ready to conquer the day. Trying to maintain that energy. So one day, I was running late, and then I tested the dispatcher, right? I was like, I'm sorry, I'm going to be about 10 to 15 minutes late. And plus, it's traffic, LA traffic in the morning. I already know how that goes. So she responds, and I promise you, like, the only conversation her and I ever had was, hi, good morning, how are you? Be safe on your route. And we'll talk about, well, one time when I started, we had spoke about how to like position the flowers in my car and shit like that. And that's it. But she responds to my text saying, "No problem, boo." No problem, boo. I'm like, boo. Boo. So, hold on 1 second. Back in my car. I'll just leave it. Like, I didn't even, I just continued doing my job. And I kept it at that level of just, greeting if I saw her or if she greeted me. And that's it. Because I wasn't at that job long. So I showed that message to the person I was talking to at the time, right? On and off. And, she felt, a little sort of a way, right? Of course. And then that led to her feeling like I fucked her, or I liked the attention she was giving me, or I was like lusting over her, which was not true. And sometimes simply being somewhere, well, for me, simply being somewhere composed to myself can welcome a lot of unwanted energies. So now let's backtrack to what I said when I was sitting on that bench. When I said I started talking with someone that we was getting to know each other. I told her that story, and her response is, "No way, she wouldn't have called you boo unless you're like, just being like very friendly to her, and that's why your ex was like feeling some sort of way because he was being super friendly." You could admit it. It's okay. Sometimes we're just not honest with ourselves. Like, it's okay. Like, it's okay. Just admit that, that you liked her, or that you was being super friendly, and you said a lot more that led to her calling me a boo, or calling me boo. So I'm like, no, no, that's not how it went for me. But she was so insistent on trying to get me to see something about myself that's not true, or like see something deep in me that I'm refusing to see, right? And then I think about it, when it came to like stories that she told me about her ex, he was doing that shit. Like, he was like really friendly with girls and all that. So she threw that onto me, or she projected that onto me, and tried so hard to get me to claim it. So, and it gets worse. Or, okay, I'm not gonna say it gets worse. It gets sillier. It gets sillier and shameful. You know what I mean? Hold on, let me. Hopefully it doesn't switch the audio. All right. So it gets sillier and it gets even more shameful. And I remember just sitting in my chair, like by my computer, and I'm just so like, I'm in so much disbelief, right? There's never been a time to where I'll say something and I'll like omit information to make myself look good or to make myself look innocent. All I'm here to do is say things for exactly what they are or exactly how they are or how they're happening or happened, you know? That's it. And I'm very honest with how I conduct myself in those situations. And through this honesty, like it's not it's not the type of honesty to where, like I said, I'm trying to make myself look good or like, just paint a certain image that's like respectable. You know what I mean? I don't need that sort of validation from anyone because it starts with me first, and that's all that matters. I wrote something that says self awareness is a potion, and then I said I will never make it a vice. Self awareness will never be a vice for me. I've lived a very soberly realistic life. I ain't never been drunk. I never smoked. Everything I dealt with is sober. At all heights of emotions, and all lows of emotions. So as time goes on, and I'm talking to her more, right, and I'm getting to know her more, I'm noticing that whatever we talk about, okay, if we ever talk about something to where I like confide in her, right, I'm like confiding in her about something, right, it's never just like she'll never just like listen and understand. She'll like listen and then listen and then try to get me to be self-reflective, and then she'll try to like bypass whatever harm was done to me. For example, my ex said, and these are her words exactly, she says she feels she's a good liar. And she chuckled about it, right? When I said that, the woman I was speaking to said, oh, well, wouldn't you lie for your mom? Everyone lies. No one's a saint. I'm thinking, like, why when I listen to you, when I listen to you, you can express your grief and I try to love you through it. Or I simply just try to be a good person, right? Well, I don't try. I just am. Like, I just do that. But when it comes to me, when I speak on my pains, which I rarely do, what you choose to do is not fully see me. You try to align the nature of whatever was done to me, and act like I don't see that within myself. So essentially, I am a mirror, and what you do is you're smearing shit on me. You're smearing your own shit on me, and claiming it to be my shit that I choose not that I'm like avoiding to see within myself. You know what I mean? You smear shit on me and saying like here, that's what you are. Look at it. That's you. That's what you're doing. Someone else is pulling up too. It's probably almost 3 in the morning now. I said I wasn't gonna make this long, but you know I could go sometime. Was this a parking enforcement? Hold on, let me see. Security. What's going on? Okay, I'm gonna leave in probably like 10 minutes. All right, thank you. All right, so and when her and I began talking, she, obviously and understandably, right, has a lot of angst and anger, right, towards her ex, and she would speak on it, just very like strongly, like just straight up shit talk, and I hear her, I hear her, I get her, and I just listen. I just listen. I don't listen to respond. I don't listen to criticize. I don't like force no mirror in front of her and then start like smearing my shit on her or something. Like, I don't do that. I just listen. And it was not the same with me, like, at all. So as time went on, it was more and more projection and more just misguided anger that she would like burn on me. There's a lot more to happen, but I don't want to make this video more than 35 minutes. So fast forward, right? She indirectly, and she had all the time. Well, okay, well, she was rude to me one time, right? Pretty much trying to insult my intelligence because I didn't know about something. I didn't know about like a religious metaphor, and I'm not ashamed to admit. I'm not ashamed to like admit when I don't know something, and as intelligent as she is, I was like, yo, can you please explain it to me? I don't get it. And her response was, this is exactly what she said. You think you're such a deep person, but you can't understand a simple metaphor. And I'm like, nah, you think, you think I'm a deep person. I never said that about myself. I've never said that about myself. That's your own interpretation. So I say, you don't have to insult me. If I don't know something, I'm going to ask. And of course, she says, well, it's a simple metaphor, and maybe I don't want to explain it. And I say, okay, well, you could have just said that instead of insulting me. If I don't know something, I'm going to ask. There's no problem in not knowing something. She gets quiet for a few seconds and says that she's PMSing. She's PMSing. So, all right, I left it and I dropped it, and it was just quiet. And then she recommends a movie that we go watch. So we watched the movie. The movie was whatever. It was cool. She asked me what I thought about the movie. I mean, I say exactly what I thought. Like, it had like some philosophical, like, nuggets in it, right? Philosophical nuggets. And then it reminded me of nihilism. So I say that. And she said, oh, so you didn't like the movie? I mean, it's not like I didn't like it. It was cool, It was cool. And that was it. Then I wanted to talk to her about some writing. I wasn't gonna go back to, what had just happened, right? When she was rude to me and insulting me. I wanted to talk about writing, but it was late, and then she was like, "Yeah, well, I'm going to bed." I'm like, all right, good night. So the next day, silence, just straight silence. We don't talk at all, right? And I'll call her at during the nighttime, and she says she doesn't want to talk and she's not feeling good. So I'm like, okay, all right, cool, all right, you ain't gotta tell me twice. I'll leave it as that. That's so you know. Meanwhile, okay, I'll call her around. It's 11 her time, 9 my time. That's so you know, okay, I go to sleep. I go to sleep like soon after, right? And there's a website slash app called Poetizer, Poetizer. It's almost like a social media for writers in a sense. And she she takes it upon herself to write something at 3 in the morning her time, talking about a narcissist. And then that narcissist that she's talking about is me. I'm the narcissist. I have upgraded to a narcissist. Or maybe not upgrade. I finally, I finally have a light shown on me that I am. Okay, yeah. So, so I test her because I know she not. If I call, she ain't gonna pick up. She already I just feel that she wouldn't want to talk. I know that she is scared of talking to me now. Doing that the little sly, covert shit. So I test her. I'm like, yo, do you have an issue with me? And be straight up. And she says, no, I don't have an issue with you. But I see you differently now because whenever, this is pretty much what she's saying. Whenever I speak on something, look, whenever I speak on something that's not true about you, you refuse to accept it. And you can't look deep within. And all I do is complain, which I don't. All I do is complain about how people have disappointed me. Which in my time knowing her, I don't think I've ever even said the word disappointed or disappointment in any form. But that's all I do. I have a huge, what they call that, martyr complex. Apparently, instead of me saying things exactly as they happen, and then me taking accountability for my participation and then my reactions to the shit that happens, and then even how I conduct myself before the build up of shit. Whenever I'm transparent and honest about that, that's never enough. I have to just take whatever you say about me, whatever you project onto me, and accept it. According to her. But the fact that I don't, what's that mean? It means I'm a narcissist. And then, she said one of the funniest, okay. Yo, okay. I promise you, whatever you think about yourself, and this goes for anybody, I know some people are very deeply, deeply insecure about themselves. Some people really don't like themselves. Some people really, really can't look themselves in the mirror and accept themselves for who they are. If that's you, do not come to me and think that I'm just like you. Do not come to me and think that I'm just like you. Or I view myself how you view yourself. So what she said was, I think you're very smart, but you got lost in the sauce of not self-awareness, of shit, what was it? I wish I could read the text right now as I'm recording. What was this? It is self-introspection or self-awareness, one of the two. But I got lost with that. And then now I'm clinging. Look, I am clinging, or I have been for most of my life, and all the people I dealt with, all my relationships, all the things that went south, right? I have been clinging to my false self. I have been clinging to my false self. I've been clinging to who I'm not. And this is all through text. I'm like, yo, like, what is? Where's all the bravado you had when you was insulting me? Why can't you call me or FaceTime or whatever? Like, why can't you show yourself and say this shit? And I think I'm like, people have just so much fucking. I keep saying this, so much courage and audacity with their fucking thumbs or through these fucking devices. Y'all got so much of this shit. So of course, I did at a moment. I was thinking like, damn, like why is, I just show up like truly as myself, and then people just want to find some way to just shit on me or just make me feel like shit, or like try to humble me or something when I come with humility. Yeah. So that's kind of what's been going on. I'm officially shit, what is she? I should have reread it. It was in my mind earlier when I was writing. And I actually wrote something on Poetizer too about her. And then the shit that she wrote about me. Oh, okay. You know what? All right, fuck it, I'm just talking. It don't matter how long this video is. In that writing she had on Poetizer about me, she said, narcissists in the games they play. What else? They think that you are weak. And I never said she was weak. I said she wasn't weak, that she's not weak. That's what I actually said. What else? What's like watch them play games, play games for game for sorry games sorry. Watch them play mind games for gain, or do things just for gain, right? I'm thinking, when you say you didn't want to talk, or the times in the past where you're doing something and I was very patient, and I let you like have the freedom to just do whatever you wanted to do, and if you wanted to talk, it was up to you, and that's it. Open communication, all that shit, right? When I was like that, what am I? Wait, what is this on the ground over here? What am I trying to gain? Or what am I trying to take from you? And then another thing too, this is what really kind of, what is this? Kind of pissed me off a little bit. She said they think that they're better. Is a firework? What is this? It says nitrous. Was it strawberry ice cream nitrous or some shit? I don't know. But anyway, I know it's taking me a while to kind of get to the point. There's a lot of fucking points, so it's kind of hard to just speak on them all, I guess. Okay, so the part that really bothered me was it's like you think you're better because I think that I'm better because when people lack certain things, right? I think that I'm better than them. I've entered a timeline where not just it's like a lot of projection. Like the more that I start really speaking up for myself and speaking my truth, the more that people are projecting onto me. If anyone truly knows me, they know that I have never thought that I was better than someone because I had certain things, or because people don't have certain things. People that really know me know how selfless I have been, to the point where I didn't have shit for myself. I've never looked down on anyone. I've always tried to stay with them. I've always been by their side. And to be straight up, like you know, I'm very grateful for what I have, but I don't have a lot. You know, this pocket of freedom I have right here is such a blessing. I'm at this park at 3 in the morning with my own car. And, all these little material things that provide me opportunities, right? And I promise you, I am eternally grateful. But do I think I'm better than someone because I have this? Or because certain people don't have what I have? Do I think I'm better than them? I have such a long trail of being selfless to people who have a lot more than me. Currently, people who have a lot more than me, I've been selfless to. I've done this, I've done that. I bought them food or helped them with this. Like, come on, yo. Now, do those people think that they're better than me? Shit, some do till this day. Some women do to this day. Women who currently make a lot more than me. When I was spending hundreds of dollars till I have things shipped to them, immediately. You know, like come on, yo, like no, yo, no, 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 sweetheart. But she writes that poem, right? I don't remember everything she typed because, yeah, guess what? She deleted it. So she deleted it or archived it. I don't know. And then when I address her on the things she said in the writing, she has nothing to say. But what she could focus on is the fact that this, like I said, pocket of freedom and safety, well, and safety that I've been granted, it makes me less of a man. Because according to her, I'm not striving for better. I'm complacent. I'm comfortable. After living my whole fucking life of discomfort, I finally get comfortable, somewhat. I'm not even fucking comfortable. I'm safe. Right, right, right. I'm safe, right? I am less than a man, and I need to man up. And that makes me think, I'm like, damn, this is exactly why a lot of men do not confide in like their financial situation, or they don't confide about shit when it comes to how they feel with certain women or people because of shit like this. See me? Yeah. You think you're such a deep person? No, you do. You said that in life you have to play mind games. You have to, well, sure you do. Or you said, oh no, then you said I play mind games to like gain something from people. No, I think you do. I'm lost in the sauce and I'm clinging to my false self. No, I think you are. When things are reflected back to me, I can't accept it. Nah, I don't think you can. Let me tell you what I've been accepting about myself within the past like year or so. I accept that, well, things that are ugly rather, right? I accept that I have been weak for affection or love, right? I have been weak for that. I have bypassed disrespect for it. I accept that I'm violent. I could get really violent. And for the longest, I didn't want to accept that by myself. But I could get really, really violent when I truly feel like I've been crossed. Or well, mainly self defense. Self defense mainly for myself. But for my loved ones, though, people that I love, you are not harming them. I have and I will fuck people up when it comes to them. That was hard for me to look at. Because a lot of people who know me, well, truly know me, they, they don't see that side of me. They see just diplomatic and just friendly and, easygoing, kind person and all that. I accept that I can be stubborn. When it comes to love, rather, like I could be stubborn when it comes to that. It's hard for me to like move on from a lot of shit when love is connected. I accept that within myself. I accept that. Yeah, like it's just been really hard to move on from things. It's hard, man. It's been hard for me. Some people it's just easier, and they could just, okay, yeah, live life, yeah, love, yeah, joy, yeah, I forgive you, yeah. I'll forgive you, but I just feel slighted because of it's hard for me to really, well, not hard. It's courageous, rather, of me to put myself in that light to where I am like giving and loving someone. I said this video was gonna be short. I'm gonna go back and listen to it and be like, damn, I need to stop saying that. I need to just talk. Just have no expectations. Just talk. Anyway, look, sweetheart. The mirror, okay. I know that I'm a mirror, right? But my mirror, like the mirror that's for me, it follows me everywhere, all damn day, all night, is with me. And I am forced to see myself. I have to see myself. If not, then I cannot live with myself. And the most fucked up thing that I've ever done is speak when I know the demon within me was awoken. That's the most fucked up thing I've ever done. Is not the fights I've been into. It's the words that I've said that have made people cry, that have pushed people away from me. And it doesn't, well, the sword of truth, rather, right? I have sliced with the sword of truth. I have destroyed egos with the sword of truth. Temporarily. You already know how that goes. Temporarily. I've done that. And I think about the times where I'll like say certain shit. I'm like, fuck, that was harsh. And then I cry and they cry. And I think about the times where I cried, and I rarely cry, first of all, but when I cry, whatever I was like crying about, I think about like, damn, this person heard me crying and still did not give a fuck. And continued to do the same things that was making me cry, or that made me cry. But anyway, this is what narcissists do. Spend spend a whole day alone, not talking to anyone, going to parks at 2, 3 in the morning. Well, until 2, 3 in the morning. Plotting on, I'm plotting on my next victim, or the next person, so they could call me a narcissist. The next person that I could like siphon something from, right? The next person well, like she said, I could trauma bond with. But then when we started talking, within 2 days, you were laying out all your traumas to me. Involuntarily, right? But I'm here to trauma bond with you. When you started like trauma dumping on me. That's exactly why that's my name on Steam right now. My name on Steam is Trauma Dump. Trauma Dump. Maybe I should change it to something that I should change it to something that, like in the near future, where I'll be like happy or something. Like I'll be like, yeah, I'm finally really like enjoying life and the people around me, the people I meet. This is lovely. Yeah, I'm gonna figure that out. I'm not gonna switch it back to Violet Sun. I need to find like a different name, create a different name or something. But yeah, if all I'm doing is deflecting, if I'm truly deflecting all that you're like trying to get me to see within myself, shit, then I'll be cool with just living my life like this, away from motherfuckers like you. You already done blocked me on nearly everything. I think you blocked me on everything. I don't know. But you did that coward shit, writing about me at 3 in the morning, and then when I see it, I liked it, and then I commented on it, and I said, yeah, the silly games they play. They as in you. And then you block me. No, you delete the writing, and then you send me some shit on TikTok saying that I betrayed you. I don't really think people just really even like the terms that they say. Sorry, the terms that they say, they haven't fully experienced them. I don't think people really fully experience betrayal or narcissism, or if they do experience this shit, then they're fucking cowards about it. They're cowards around people who are narcissists. They don't stand up to them. They don't. They don't speak up about betrayal. But then when you meet me, you come into my life, you project those same things onto me. You call me a narcissist. You say I'm a betrayer, or I betrayed you. When I've been nothing but sincere to you and honest and true. Shout out to the Scorpio in me. I'm believing that shit more and more. Now, I'm definitely believing that more and more. I've had the honor of meeting really strong, beautiful women who love me, who know how I treat people I love, who know how I treat like my lover in a relationship, who know how I present myself, and who just know me. and they will laugh at what you say about me. They calling me a narcissist will be the most ridiculous shit. I told a friend of mine that you called me a narcissist, and he laughed as well. If you're deeply insecure, just say it. Matter of fact, no, don't even say it. Just matter of fact, just be it. There you go. Just be it. Some of you motherfuckers, man. Like I say, some people just want some sort of edge. No matter how genuine you show up, how honest you are, how loving and supportive you are, patient, they want some sort of edge above you. Some people, not all of them. Some people want that. And it's two things. They want you to see you how they refuse to see themselves, or they want you to not see you for yourself. All right. Love y'all. I'll stop here. Good night.